Alright guys, welcome back to yet another video of reviewing items in Reincarnated. Now, I'd just like to quickly say, this is not the tutorial video on how to get these items. This is strictly just a review video of all of the items and my tier list, should you say, at the end. There will be a video soon. Once it's uploaded, I would recommend you go check it out. I'll either do all of them in a thing or I'll make a playlist for each and every egg separately, just to make it a little bit easier for you guys to figure out which video you actually want to watch if you cannot figure it out. Now, let's get straight into it. So these took a little bit to find, about 2 hours, give or take, roughly, to finish them all. Actually no, I think it'll be less than that actually. But some of these upgraders are actually really cool. I actually really like them. However, some of them are a little confusing. Is this a processor? No. Wait, hold on. And actually, this is bamboozled me. How does this work? Wait, what? It's a cannon? No. Shut up. You're kidding. They added a cannon to Reincarnated. No way. This is the first time I'm seeing this, by the way. So please, please don't make it look like I'm being an idiot right now. I actually haven't. I didn't know that that's a thing. Anyways, that's pretty cool. Right. Okay. So let's get started on the reviews. So essentially, I've just literally got all of these items, so I haven't had time to play around with them. But the first egg that you can get, which is basically just you climb up these ladders here, and it's sitting at the top waiting for you. It's a pretty solid upgrader, 3 times. It's pretty decent, if you ask me. um, so yeah, this is like probably the easiest one out of all of them in the egg list to get. That's actually the first one as well. Now, actually, this is the second easiest. So this one is cone egg, and if you walk up the top here, I think it's randomized. I don't know, but the cones at the top of the map. Cones, cones. Oh, I cannot kick the cones anymore. Cones, cones. But yeah, the cones at the top of the map. If you kick one of them over, eventually it will give you the egg. It'll be underneath an egg. You actually have to walk up to it like a crate. So you literally just go whamp, and you kind of just eat it up, and it becomes an item. So yeah, unfortunately, you don't actually get physical eggs. You get the item straight away. So this is a pretty solid upgrade as well. It's 5 times with a 50% gain of value over 5 seconds. It's pretty solid, if you ask me. Now, the Smart Machine. This is by answering a trivia quiz on the game. So the quiz is actually somewhere over here behind the leaderboards on one of the cliffs. And it gives no upgrade, but 12% multiplier for every time the ore has been upgraded, up to 4 times at 25 upgrades. It's a pretty decent upgrader, don't get me wrong, but it's very thin. So it's like the kitty upgrader, wherever the hell that is. Anyways, yeah, whatever. It's like the kitty upgrader. It's very thin. So if you have a setup that actually has that in, and you can only use it once, so I mean, you could try and put it in there, but if you're in a loop, then that's kind of eh. This one was by far the most annoying one to get. I would just like to tell you, devs, I wanted to leave the game and never come back several times while trying to do this. Anyways, so so yeah. So basically, it changes the weight of an ore. Yeah, and gives 3 times, and then bounces it. Oh wait, I was missing one. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Jesus, don't know why it was all the way down there. Right. Um. Right. So yeah, this is test of endurance, and again, like I showed you before, it does make a bounce, which is pretty cool because, like, depending on how you set it up, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could make a pretty solid cannon setup here. Let's have a look and see how this works. Oh, it does slow down the second you get close. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Right. So we'll do this one last because I pilled it out last. But this is the biggest upgrade I think that any of them do. And it's in a game. I don't actually remember where the game is, but the game itself, you go into it and you basically play Angry Birds, but not so Angry Birds. You play Reincarnated Birds. And it's a rock. You throw rock at pigs and TNT, and pig go boom. It's a pretty solid explanation when you watch the tutorial or go and find it yourself. It's a 7 times upgrade, but it is a thin way up high upgrader, which lowers my review on it, if I'm going to be honest, just purely because it's thin. If it was a little bit bigger, like a normal size upgrader like this, it would be way higher, but it's fine. I actually really like this upgrader. I think it's really cool. I actually really like it. Now this one was also a little annoying to get, but it's fine. This one does 5 times. It does nothing else, just 5 times, which is fine. But this was from the Invader Egg. If you go up to the salvage area up there, right behind it is a humans versus aliens machine. And you just basically got to beat 5 levels of it, I think. It's either 3 or 5 levels. Now this one, you get 4.25 times, sorry, for using the top, and 3 times for using the bottom. Now the only problem with this upgrade, like specifically at the minute, is you're only able to get one. So I have a dev cannon, and I can only pick up one of these, which means I cannot place one and then another straight after it. Right? I don't know why my voice just did that. Please ignore the cringe that just occurred. The art block, it's a pretty solid upgrader if you use the top one. The bottom one, I mean, it's fine because it's still small, but it's just the fact that you can't use both. You have to pick or choose. And obviously, I think this would be quite a good way of getting that upgrade if you were to do it like this. You might need to move it back like 1. But oh no, yeah, that works. That works. Just it's gonna pick and choose which one it gets. I think obviously if it was to have some conveyors to boost the speed, it would. Oh no. It's choosing the bottom one. Does this work now? Yeah, that's better. That's much better. It's like half and half. Like half chooses the bottom, half chooses the top. Oh, never mind. My math is now completely out the window. Right, okay. Let's get back to doing what we were doing. So, the next egg is a peeper egg. It basically, from what I can tell, the egg literally just appears in random spots around the map, on rocks, up by the salvage station, in the construction sites up there, anywhere, right? And it just goes plop, and you just pick it up. I'm not gonna lie, it's a small upgrader. Again, it's really thin. So you can kind of just merge all of these upgraders together, really. Like you'd have to do it in like in a way like so, but you can kind of do that, and that's like what 6 times, the upgrade of 4 times total, and then 7 times all in one, like in one little loop, and not in one little loop, like one little bit. But again, then you could also chuck this in as well. This would go in the loop, and it would mean that you get even more. It just depends on what side you obviously have the ore coming through. So for me, it would be on this side. So again, there you go. Oh, okay. Never mind. That isn't gonna work. Alright. Well, it's fine. I'll figure it out. Now this one I'm going to by far put at the top of the list, just because it is a portable. We need more portables. Do you hear me? Devs, do you hear me? Do you want to know what else we need? Do you want to know what else we need really badly, actually? A ramp upgrader. And if you wouldn't mind, devs, I would really, really appreciate it. I know that we have these, but I would much really appreciate if you had right here ramps where they go to one of each side, so I can pick which side they go to. Please and thank you. Right, anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, this is definitely one of the best eggs that you can get, which is just by literally by collecting every single egg. And if you're wondering, when you get every single egg, other than the dev egg, why has it not gave me my egg? The reason it hasn't gave you your egg is because you need to click on it and claim it. Once you claim it, you'll get it in your inventory straight away, and you will get the Fabergé egg, the DIY Fabergé egg, actually. It's actually really funny. I know it's only 4 times. I know, I'm very much aware. The only reason I'm putting it at the top is because we need more portables, and portables are always great to have. And I mean, they're actually, like, for 4 times you can sacrifice maybe 2 upgraders in your setup and make them even bigger upgraders if you have them. Just because you can fit a portable at the side. However, this one, it's not entirely great. I'll be honest. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong. I actually really like this one. I think it's really cool design. And I like the effect coming off of it. I really do. The only thing I will say about it is that it's a really weak upgrader out of all of them. This one was probably the most... It took the longest. It wasn't the most annoying, but it took the longest to find. For all of that, it's kind of mid. If I'm going to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, design-wise, great. But for it to go on fire and be only 2.25 times, it's a little bit mid. But again, I understand it for balance and reasons and yabba 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 yabba. Right? So, I'm going to go ahead and organize... Can I speak, please? My god. I'm going to go ahead and organize these into, in my opinion, the best upgraders, like, out of all of them. And then come back once I've had them all in order and actually decided properly. Alright, so this is the final verdict I've came to, so this is going to be a little controversial, I think. I think some people will disagree with my list, but it's fine. It's whatever, it's fine. Right, so this one is just because it's a portable, it does 4 times, it's a decent upgrader. This one, I like it because I actually really like way up high upgraders, but for this being 7 times, I really hope you guys don't nerf that, because it's kind of worth it for the way you've put this, because it's so, like, awkward, like, because I don't have a ramp like I was on about before, where I can pick and choose which side it goes in. It's really hard for me to get it up there on that side unless I use a conveyor, and I don't want to use a conveyor. I want to optimize as much room as possible. So this is why I'm saying I would much rather have a ramp that does that. If we have a ramp that does that, this, actually, I'll probably put this at number 1. But because we don't have a ramp that lets me decide, or a ramp upgrader that lets me decide which way it goes, then, you know, I'm a bit stuck. This one goes number 2, just because of it's been thin. If it was thicker and, like, normal conveyor size, this goes number 1. If it gets a ramp, if we get a ramp upgrader or a ramp, like I said, again, it goes number 1. But this, for now, because of that, this takes number 2. This, I'm giving it because it's a thin upgrader again. It's quite thin. It's very small. It doesn't take up much room at all. But it's also 6 times, which is a solid upgrader. And also, I'm pretty sure you'd be able to get a lot of portables, like, right up against this with no issue. Like, look, this is a portable. Let's have a look. Can we get any others? Have a look, see if I can get some more portables. Like, we can get this one. See, that goes right up against it. We can use the pot of gold, which is from... It was here. Where is it? I've just seen it. Okay, there we go. Right. We can stick that right next to it. Again, it's a solid upgrader in my opinion. It's really good. So that's the reason it is near the top of the list. This one, again, it's just a normal size upgrader that does 5 times. Right, that's it. The design's really cool, but again, it's a normal upgrader that you can stick in your setup, maybe saving you some, like, it might actually, like, if you buy these, it actually saves you that, because this is one of them items. So you can actually put more items in the game that you own rather than you have to buy. So if you can get rid of shop items, as many shop items as you can, go for it. Because getting rid of shop items is great. Because it means that there's less that you have to do. Now, the reason this is number 5, the reason this is in the middle is because it's, again, it's a bit bulky. It's not the bulkiest of them all. Like, I'm pretty sure it's on the same level as the pig upgrader. But again, like I said, it's a bit bulky. It's a bit like, if you watch the last one, it's a bit like the Forgotten Keg. That's the reason it's lost so much like placement. Like, it would have been higher, but again, like, it's about the same size as this. Maybe it's a little bit smaller, but it's about the same size as this, so it's a bit bulky. Again, it's still good. Now this, it's small. Again, it's raised, which isn't great. It's a cool upgrader. I think it's hilarious. Like, I really like this egg on the top. The only thing I'll say is that the upgrade itself 4 times is pretty damn good. But again, it's just the fact that it's raised and it's thin. Until we get them ramps that kind of let us go in the direction we want without having to use conveyors. Don't get us wrong, the conveyors are great. I love these conveyors. I think they're great, but I don't want to use that many. I don't need to use this many. I just want to have like 1 or 2 in the setup and that's it. I don't want to use too many. Now again, the reason this is too low, the reason this is really low on the list is because of how awkward it is. Like, it's really awkward to hit that middle one, which is why it's so low. Because the only thing I'm going to get out of this really, realistically, unless I have like a speedy conveyor that's going to drop it, like if I have my castles, for instance, and then a shamrock castle, like this is like the kind of thing I would go for normally. If I can find it. I'm probably staring right at it, actually. Oh, whatever. Right, so Shamrock Castle. If I was to do that, that's like the only way I can get this upgrade. And I don't really want to do that. I want to have other things. Because I don't want it to be... I don't really want it to be right at the start of the setup, but it's likely going to have to be if I want to do it this way. Like, do you see what I mean? And even then, it's missing. Like, see what I mean? Like, it's so awkward to get to. This is why I'm saying it's, like, really difficult to put this higher, purely just based off the fact that it's really awkward to get. So, again, that's the reason I'm sticking it so low. If you want to use this early game, mate, honestly, this is a fantastic upgrade to use early game because it's 3 times. That, again, saves you a shop item. It's saving your shop item. You get an event item. You can get all of these pretty easily if you dedicate a little bit of time. And it just means the game's a little bit easier for you. Now this egg, I'm just putting it here because it's 3 times. It's a small upgrade. And you literally walk to the top of some ladders to claim it. Now again, the reason this is down here is because I think this might maybe be broken at the minute. Because I have a feeling that this was supposed to work with this. I don't know. I just with the way, if I'm gonna be honest, if a dev is watching this, if someone like Surf or anybody's watching this, please just move this conveyor along a tiny bit, because it just means that it's a little bit easier to hit that 4 times. Maybe that's the way it was supposed to be designed, but in my opinion, it's just really annoying and tedious. So that's why this is so low, and that's why the other one that I just had, which I've lost. Yeah, so that's why the test of endurance is so low. And the reason this is so low is because of its fire, and it's 2.25 times, and how small it is. It's alright because you could throw it at the end of a setup if you're saving your time, and you could put this right at the end of the setup as well, because this is good for this right here. So this would be really good for that. And obviously if you got the shiny of other version of it, even better. But Obviously, wait, no, never mind. Yeah, so at the minute, this is my current tier list. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that there because this video has been a little bit longer than expected, but obviously this is my tier list. Let me know what you guys think. Rate them in the comments. Rate your own, and put your reasoning there as well, because I mean I'm pretty sure a lot of people who don't understand certain upgraders and things like that would really appreciate it. And if you haven't watched the other video of the St. Patrick's Day reviews, I would recommend you go watch that as well. So, anyways, take care. Have a lovely Easter if you celebrate it. But anyways, if you have got time off, have a nice time off. Uh, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.